Michal, happy World Kindness Week.
Happy World Kindness Week, Orly. How are you?
I am so excited that you're joining us for this week because honestly, when I think about people in which the word kindness really resonates with me, I really do think about you. I fell in love with you from the very, very, very beginning when we first met, when I first heard about Koolulam and the incredible things that you guys are doing. And I've already shared the wonderful things that you guys are all about. But I'd love for you to share and just start off sharing with our viewers just a little bit about you, a little bit about your past. What brought you into the work that you've done with Koolulam? Because I'm so inspired by it.
Hmm. First, thank you so much, Orly, for having me and having Kurulam in this amazing program of yours. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really excited to see all those participants that uh, looking for kindness in the world, which is something that we need all the time and as much as we can get.
For
Um,
sure.
my background is mostly entrepreneurship and from the online industry. And I was looking for a very long time for all kind of things that I know that can contribute into the world and do something different. I was always passionate about doing things that are bigger and that can connect between people. And most of the time I did it online. And one day I got a call from a person which is my one of my greatest partners, Or Teicher, which told me that he has this amazing idea to connect between people and that he wants my online skills. And I met with him and he told me about this crazy idea he has to take thousands and tens of thousands of people that has no background in music and don't know each other, and to teach them one song in few different vocals and try to connect between people and create this beautiful harmony between people that has no background in music through this co-creation. And he also told me that he met this crazy genius musical guy named Ben Yefet, which is the main conductor of Kululam and my third crazy partner. And he told me that he think that the three of us can do this together. And I tell you the truth, at first I thought, I don't understand this guy and where did he get this crazy idea. But his passion about it was so big and it cut my gut. And I said to him, you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's try and do this. And from this day, we started to run and to try to run a pilot. And we did it after 6 months. I was in my 7 month pregnant, by the way, in this pilot. And for I thought this pilot is going to bring around 70 participants, something like that. I thought that if 70 people will get there, it will be perfect pilot. Eventually, 550 people got
I love
to
it.
this pilot,
I love
and
it.
it was absolutely amazing. I remember myself sitting on the side, because until then I didn't really understand what and how it's going to look, you know. And I remember sitting on the side in this pilot and very, very curious to hear how this harmony is going to look, how it's going to sound. And I remember that in the moment that I heard all these 550 people singing together for the first time, I realized at this moment that I don't want to do any other thing in my life other than to take this idea and
Wow.
spread it as far as I can around the world. And this is what we did in the past 4 years. We did more than 200 events all around the world. More than 250,000 participants took part in Kurulam events and millions of views in our videos all over the world. And I'm really, really feel privileged and happy to see that people connect to this idea as we did.
I got to tell you, first of all, number one, it's fantastic. I've been so inspired by you and by the work that you do. And there's a lot of synergy. You guys are doing something unifying people through song. We're unifying people through dance. And I want to talk about the name Koolulam because we have people tuning in right now from all around the world, okay, that are excited about kindness. And part of the concept of kindness, I always say education is the key to tolerance. When we learn about different people from different backgrounds and different cultures, suddenly we realize that even though we are different, we're very much all the same. And so I want you to just give a little bit of background about where you're from and what the name Kurulam means, because I know that it means something very specific, but to people that are tuning in that don't necessarily know or know the language, I'd love for you to give that background there.
First, I'm from Israel. I was born in Bat Yam, which is a small city near Tel Aviv
My dad
in
was born
Israel.
there.
Really? Oh
Yes, he
my God,
was.
this is amazing. This is, I know you a long time and we didn't
I
know
can't.
this small
Rachov
detail that
Hashlosha.
we're sharing.
Rachov Hashlosha. That's where he grew up.
You know what? It's not that far from where I
That's
grew up.
crazy. I love it.
um, the name Kulam is comes from, there is an Arabic word it's called kululu, which is like in English it's ululation. I know there is a word in English called ululation. Do you know this word?
What is
Only
it
because
called?
not a lot of people know it.
Hululation?
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
like
it. I
when
don't know the
yeah.
word.
Okay, so check me afterwards and edit this if it
No,
doesn't exist because
no
not a
problem.
lot of not a lot of people know this word. But in Arabic, kululu means like this sound that usually old ladies used to do in a lot of different events like
Oh,
bar
like the la la
mitzvah
la
and
la
bat
la la.
mitzvah.
That one. The
Uh,
how they do with the tongue. That one.
kulululululu. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly,
My family's very good at it. I'm
exactly,
not so good at it, but
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah. So we took this word and we made it for everyone. Kululam. So it's kululu of everyone. And also in the word kululam, there are a few different Hebrew words hidden, like kol, which is voice, kol, and olam, which is world,
And
and
call is
kol shel
also everybody,
kulam.
right?
Exactly. Kol shel kulam, kululam. So there are a lot of
Love.
different words hidden there. And one of the things that we love the most about this name is that he doesn't have any other meaning in any language. It's like this unique word. And another thing that I can tell you about this word that I feel very, very uh, let's say this word. Sorry, not privileged, but proud. I feel very proud to tell you that this word become like an action that people say. You know,
Mm,
a lot of people in Israel say, we did kululam in our
yes,
school, or
I've
we
heard.
did
I've heard
kululam
people
with
say
our
exactly.
family. And I feel very proud to
You
understand
should.
that people identify this word with this activity of singing together and connecting people together. So, yeah,
I love that. So it's basically the voices of the world in a sense. And you mean it can mean so many things, but yeah, the voices of the world. You know what
exactly.
what I didn't know until now, speaking to you, I didn't know that it came partly, I thought it was from the Hebrew of kol, like kol olam, like the voice. I didn't know that there was also an Arabic connection, which I love even more, because with Life Vest Inside, our whole mission is to inspire, empower, and educate people from all backgrounds to lead a life of kindness, to connect people regardless of the different races, religions, ethnicities. And so being able to have a word that incorporates both Arabic and Hebrew, starting from a region in which sometimes many people from around the world can look at the region of the Middle East and see a lot of tension. And what you've done is, in a sense, you brought these two things together in such a peaceful way. and through song, through harmony. I'd love for you to speak a bit about that, because I know that, I've seen some of the events. I think one of the first videos I saw of yours was the one day video. And those of us that are watching have seen the Kindness Boomerang video know why. That was the first video I saw, because One Day by Matisyahu was the song that launched Life Fest Inside. And that was the first song I saw. I think you guys had like 3,000 people or something. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it was in Haifa. And
Was
you
in
had,
Haifa, yeah.
right, Jews and Christians and Muslims coming together. I'd love for you to talk a bit about that, because that to me is so interesting. And I feel like that's something very important, a way to, you're creating dialogue in a sense through harmony. But please speak to that. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
It's one of the basic things of the idea behind Koolulam is to say that it doesn't matter who you are, where you came from, which God you believe in, who you going to sleep with at night. It doesn't matter. Whole matter that you want to come and to bring your voice to this group
Mm,
and do this creation together with other people that near you. People that usually there is a possibility that in your day-to-day life you're not gonna meet. And we give Kululam give you the platform, the opportunity to connect with those people. You usually don't have this opportunity. And the event that you're talking about is one of our first events that we did first. It was back then, it was our biggest event. It was 3,000 participants that we invited Christians, Muslims, and Jewish people to sing in Hebrew, Arabic, and English
amazing.
in the One Day by Matisyahu. And I was standing there in this event and to see people from all regions and all religions singing together near each other, seeing religious Jewish people singing in Arabic or Arab people singing in Hebrew.
Wow.
I
Wow.
I tell you the truth. I looked at it and I was overwhelmed. I never saw this picture in my life, and I felt so peaceful seeing this picture. This event made me very optimistic, you know. And just a month ago, I think I was interviewed to one of the newspapers, and when I talked about this specific event, they asked me if we did interviews behind the scenes to ask
Mm.
the Arab people, how did you came to this event, or the religious people, how did you come? And I said, no, we didn't do any interviews, and we're not planning to do any interviews
It was just
because
for
we
the
want.
sake of it. Yeah,
Exactly. We want people just to come, to want to be part of it, and not to feel that they need to justify or to
exactly.
explain anything. Just to come and be together and to be part of this experience and to be part of this harmony. You know, one of our basic agenda in Kurulam is to say that we believe that musical harmony can inspire to harmony in humanity.
Oh, I
And
love that.
and this is what we're trying to do. We're
And the truth
trying to
is, every
use the music
person, yeah,
as a tool that
and
has
you
the,
can
the
see
the
that.
power to bridge the differences between us.
And everyone has their own voice. Everyone has their own way in which they sing. But when it comes together, it sounds incredible. I mean, watching and listening to the videos, I cry from them when I see them. I tear, because in that moment, you realize all of the things that we think matter, that separate us, they don't. That when we come together
Exactly,
in such a simple way, we didn't need anything. We need our voice. We all
exactly.
have a voice. All you need is your voice.
And
You don't need anything. You don't need to have a certain amount of money or popularity or a job. You just got to have your voice, and you can create something that's beyond incredible. So I love that. And I'm sure that it's made a tremendous impact, because, like you said, you don't need to ask the interviews afterwards. You can see from the faces of the people as they're looking
Yeah,
around and noticing all these different people, the impacts that it had, I'm sure.
exactly. Exactly. And I can tell you even more than that. I noticed that there is this, uh, well, being part of a Kurulam event, it makes this bond between people. I see people talk to each other and say, "Oh, you've been to this titanium event of Kurulam? Me too." We have this bond because we both part of this new creation. After every Kululam event, we film it and we edit it into a video which we upload online. And this creation that we upload online started to have its own life, and it's making its own way around the world.
Yeah.
And this co-creation has include inside all the voices of all the people that wanted to come to this event and take part in it. And I think it's very symbolic, that this creation of all the voices of all those people is getting its way around the world and inspire people.
100%. I again, I've yet to be at a physical event, and I need to be at a physical event. So that's going to
It's
definitely be
about
on the
time,
list.
Orly. It's
Listen,
about
we
time that
got to
we
get
will.
past this. We got to get past Corona and COVID, and God willing, we'll all be able to make it through, and we're going to be stronger than ever as a result of it. And that's important. What do you tell to people, for people that are maybe seeing this from the outside? And again, I'm bringing this up because, people can look at a specific region, people that feel like, there's animosity here, animosity there. What makes a person that comes to this event want to come to this event? What is your take on that? Why does a person decide, I'm going to come to this event? What have you found?
I think that mostly these are people that want to be part of something that it's bigger than themselves.
Hmm.
People want to stop being passive, you know? They want to come and take part in something and be part of this group, of this voice that going out to the world and saying something. Most of the time when we go to live shows or any kind of events, we sit and we're very passive. And here in Kululam event, when you come and you even need to pay and buy a ticket and you come to the event, you are coming to work. You're not coming to sit and be and watch a show. You're coming to work. You do rehearsal and you learn the new arrangement and for 45 minutes, which is not easy. Afterwards, you're singing it a few times, a few takes, and you're doing all that. And people, thousands and tens of thousands people that come to these events are people that want to bring their voice into this group and be part of this new creation. People that feel how meaningful is them to be part of this, you know, because
100%.
and I tell you even more than this that I tell everyone, first I have no musical background, and I love singing in Kurulam events. But if you hear me singing alone, you will say, Michal, please,
Don't worry.
please
The
stop,
same thing. My
please stop.
family, I sing all the time. My family, Orly, please stop singing. Please.
Please stop. But what's so beautiful in Kurulam events that if you will ask each one of the participants to sing alone, you're probably gonna ask them to stop. But when you hear all of them together, it sounds like such a beautiful harmony. And it's also like huge symbol to us that when we do it something as a group and we do it together, we're a perfect harmony. And I think that
Amazing.
people that come to Kululam events, all of them in their heart somewhere uh, want other than to be part of this group. In each one of us there is this small Beyonce hidden that wants to take out.
I love it. I love it. Do you have an experience? Because you've done so many of these events. Is there an experience that stands out above the rest of a time where you were particularly moved at an event or something that you saw, a story that you can maybe share from something that really just hit you?
Well, yeah, there is. I have a lot actually, but
I'm sure you do.
I will tell you. I will give you the latest one. Um, the latest one was in last October. We did an event. We partnered with the NGO One of Nine of of we did an event to raising the awareness um, for early examining breast cancer
Oh, wow.
for women. Yeah, and we invited 2,000 women to this event to sing the song of J Lo, "Let's Get Loud."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this event for me specific was really meaningful after losing two of my best friends for this disease, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry.
And yeah, it was really a meaningful event for me, and I also told on stage at this event the story about these two of my friends that I lost, and we did this beautiful new arrangement to the song "Let's Get Loud," and we obviously filmed it and recorded it and uploaded it online. And surprisingly, after a month, we got approach from the musical director of JLo.
No, I love
Yeah,
it.
saying that JLo really loved this event and this video and this arrangement. And
Wow.
wait, it's not the end of the story.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Actually, JLo asked us to use our arrangement to Let's Get Loud in the halftime Super Bowl performance that she did with Shakira.
Oh my gosh. I saw that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
this is our arrangement. The song that she sang with her daughter, the last
Yes.
one, and Shakira was drumming. So
Yes, I
this is
remember
Koolulam
that.
arrangement to Let's Get Loud.
Oh my goodness. That must
So
have been incredible.
it was, and this is one of the best stories that it's really close to my heart
Wow.
to understand that this such an important message got to JLo and through JLo to so many people around the world. So
100%.
yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. You started this, somebody came to you with their passion, you saw their passion, you felt their passion, you decided to take a leap of faith to do this, not knowing where it would go. And look at how far it's reached. We have a lot of people tuning in, like I said, from all over the world. We have a lot of kids tuning in, people that have hopes and dreams of doing really great things in their life. But maybe there's fear. Taking a leap of faith is scary. When I left my job teaching to start Life Us Inside, it was scary. I didn't know what was going to happen. But beautiful things happen when you in a sense take that leap of faith. What advice would you give to young people out there, or any age people that have a dream to want to make an impact but are scared maybe to take that leap? What would you share with them? What message would you give
Well,
them?
first I can tell you that one of the main things I learned in my journey in Koolulam is I learned how to dream.
Hmm.
I before Koolulam I thought that I know to dream big, but I realized that I don't. I didn't dream big enough. Um, and I can tell you that from my experience, I don't see any reason to be scared of. I don't understand why. What the worst thing that can happen? That's not gonna work. So what? You know how many things before Kururam I did that didn't work?
Hmm.
I can tell you more than this. I feel that even that if I didn't do all those things that didn't work before Kurulam, I'm not sure how much Kurulam would succeed because I learned so much from the past experiences that didn't work. I learned so much. I grew up from them, and I brought all those all this knowledge to the time that I was enough, let's say, educated to understand how to do it right. And I feel that this is one of the most things that helped me to manifest Koolulam.
I love that you share about the failures because so many people I find are so fearful to share about the failures that they had. But the truth of the matter is, any success is built on the back of failures. There are going to be those failures. And I don't really see them as failures. I see them as an investment. I always say, anytime you fail, look at it as an investment. And when you invest, you don't see the dividends right away. It's in the future. You're investing now for something that's going to happen then.
Yeah, I tried to avoid the word failure, and not because I'm embarrassed to say it's a failure, because I don't believe in this word.
Yeah, I
I
agree
don't
with you.
believe in the word. I think that you're trying to do things, and some of them work, and some of them don't work.
And their
And with from the
experiences.
exactly, and they become experience in your life that you learn from them. And think about any entrepreneurship or anything that you're trying to do and didn't succeed. You got to meet new people, you got to get new skills, you got to get a new line in your resume, you got to do so many new things from this experience that didn't work. And without noticing, in the future you understand how these experiences contribute to who you are today. But these are things that you understand only afterwards. I can tell you today 100%, and I do a lot of lectures about entrepreneurship, and I talk about these experiences more. I talk about the experiences that didn't work more than I talk about
Yeah,
the ones that work, because I believe in them so much. I believe that you need to experience it for getting to the right places for you.
I couldn't agree more. I think that any person that's had success in their life can share with you the experiences that they had that didn't necessarily pan out, but were part of their eventual success. I think that's really important, to anyone that's watching this and has a dream or an idea in your heart that you want to bring into the world. There's nothing that you can't do. I'm sure when you first started, Michal, you didn't think, oh my goodness, yeah, we're going to do this. And then J-Lo is going to hear our song. And you're doing it because
Never.
of the mission. You're doing it because of the impact that you want to make in the world. And if you have your why, if you understand why you're doing the things that you're doing, the
Totally.
how is going to come into play. It's going to find its way to come into fruition. So I think that that's so important. you know I want to say we're living during, it's been a difficult year for many, many people. We've lost many people in this world. A lot of people have gone through a lot of hardships. And there are many people around the world, we're talking about World Kindness Week, World Kindness Day, that say, you look at the world and things are really terrible. And the world is getting worse and the people are getting worse. I personally don't see that. Yes, I do believe that we had a very difficult year, very difficult year. But like we just said, in a sense, these experiences that we go through, they lead us somewhere, and we can't understand why they happen, and we can't give excuses to why they happened. But what message, through the work that you're doing, I'm sure, like what message would you give to people on this World Kindness Day and this World Kindness Week, where so many people out there really are suffering and are looking at the world and seeing negativity, are feeling low and are feeling down and are feeling like the world that they're living in is a sad place? What message would you share to them?
I really hope that people will succeed in developing the sensitivity to their very, very narrow and close environment. I think that if each one
Mm.
of us will have the ability not to look too far, you don't need to look too far, just to your circles, but to be very sensitive and with your eyes open and with your heart open to your environment, and to see where the people in need, and to even sometimes people don't understand how much effect can have even for a smile
Yeah.
or for a hug. And I'm specific talking about the most simple things because people don't understand, I think, that we have in our hands such simple actions that we can do and have a lot of effect about others. And I think that the best message I can bring is to try and to be sensitive to our environment as much as we can. And not to try, it has nothing to do with money and complicated things. It's just the small things that can change a lot in people's life. And I think that especially in these days, when this pandemic is affecting each person very differently,
Yeah.
each one has his own problems at home, and there are parents that are working and kids that are not going to school and learning with Zoom from far, and a lot of each one has his own complication at home. So I'm saying just let's be more sensitive to each other. Let's help with the small and the simple things that we can do in our day-to-day life. And I believe that this can do a huge effect in the world.
I love that. It's like we say, the simple acts of kindness, they're not so simple, like they're not so small. And often we can look outwards and we forget to look right at the person sitting right next to us.
Exactly.
We forget to look in our
Exactly.
own home. And now, with COVID, we're all locked in our homes. That maybe means that we need to look at the people in our homes. But it's I find, I don't know what your experience has been, but sometimes it's easier to do kindness and to engage in kindness. I don't like to use the word do because it's not something you check off a list, but it's easier to engage in that way with people you don't know more than the people you know. I mean, what is your take on that?
Well, I really agree with you, because sometimes when people know you, they expect to something or don't expect to something. But when you don't know a person and you suddenly come to him and just give him a smile, without any intention or anything, and this person suddenly feel welcome, suddenly feel like a warm feeling, and you don't know what this person have been through before he met you and saw this smile. So I think that it's it really has to do with the situation you're at and the people that you meet. And I think it's easier to be sensitive to the people that you know and that are close to you and you love and you take care of. And it's harder to do these acts of kindness to people that you don't know.
Wow.
But
So
like
it's
I
a
said
different
before,
take, but
I,
everybody's different, but that's very interesting that you brought that up. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that it's much more important to do the unexpected, you know,
Hmm.
to do the unexpected, to go to people that you don't know and to help there and to bring something new to this person's life.
Because the truth is, you never know what a person is experiencing. Somebody, so you don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know what's going
You
on in
don't
their
know.
life or where their day has been or what their years has been, and how something small you can do can completely
Can
shift that
affect.
around. Yeah.
Exactly.
I have to tell you, Michal, I'm so inspired by talking to you. I could talk to you for another hour. Okay. I'm so happy that you joined us and that Koolulam is a partner in this incredible event to spread kindness and joy and positivity to people around the world. And before we go, I'm going to ask you one last question. What wish would you like to send out to the world during this very special week of World Kindness Week? Now, every day is World Kindness Day. Every day should be World Kindness Day. But what message would
Totally.
you like to send out before we head off?
You know what? If you don't mind, Oli, I would want to take this opportunity to send a message to all the girls, little girls around the world, and to tell them that not too afraid to dream and not too afraid to take action and not too afraid to lead And I think that in the world where we all have the courage to go after our dreams, it will be a world of movement and life and experience, new experiences. And I want to send this message of courage to all the girls and the women around the world.
That's absolutely beautiful. And it's so, so much needed. So much needed. They can definitely look to you as a tremendous role model of someone to aspire to be and to aspire to be themselves as well. And to recognize that we each have a voice. We each have a call. We each have a voice to give something into this world. We just need to dig into ourselves, find it, and not be afraid to share it out there with the world, regardless of where it goes or where it doesn't go, just as Michal has shared with us. Michal, I'm so grateful that you took the time to be here with us in World Kindness Week and to kick off this amazing week with us. I want to give you tremendous amount of strength for the work that you're doing with Kulam, and I cannot wait to see you physically and give you a big hug. Hopefully, we'll be able to all hug again because it's so, so important. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank
You're
you
the
all
best.
for inviting me, and I hope we will soon be able to meet each other in person.
100%. Love you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.